My name is Lehner. I'm a senior health researcher at the University of Vienna and an independent project lead. So I have a couple of projects happening, which I'm more than happy to go into in detail later if you're interested. But they have like a connecting theme that I will introduce in a second. I'm generally situated in the fields of social science, public health, coming from science and technology studies and medical anthropology, but also have been more and more in public health and kind of implementation research on the side, which is not really a side, it's more a parallel going. I'm also the director of health programs for an NGO called Ambamed in Vienna, which is a clinic supporting people who have no health insurance in Austria, and it's also the biggest clinic of that sort in Central Europe. And I'm a teacher, a lecturer, a speaker, I think, as most of us are. The connecting theme I pointed to for me is, broadly speaking, I consider myself a health justice scholar. So health justice kind of is at the core of all the projects that I'm doing, basically everything that I'm doing, also as a teacher, as a speaker, as an advocate. Basically, I'm focusing on processes of marginalization, of issues of inequity, of consequences of unequal access in the healthcare system, and in recommendations for change. So the kind of implementation aspect then comes through in that. And everything I do as a qualitative researcher is based in lived experience. So working with communities and working with people on the ground, it's community engaged, it's participatory, and it's interventionist. So it's always geared towards making changes, making recommendations. And here comes in that I'm also trying to integrate networking and networking with policymakers into academic research. So it's a very, one might say in the past, it was like activist-based research, but I would like to think of it more as community-based, interventionist-based research and advocacy work. That's me. And you also wanted to hear why I'm joining, right? Rather than Lars and Nina asked. I think I'm just mainly intrigued by the idea that then connects us. Like health futures, I think is something very important to think about, and sometimes we don't like to think about it all that much. We're very much focused, especially as a social scientist, in the critiques of the present. But I think it's really, really important to think about what can change, and also incremental change, right? The vision, which is like a long-term change, but also kind of short-term, medium-term interventions or changes. And given present, very present changes in the geopolitical order, I think it's all the more important to come together as a lobbying for changes in healthcare and in health, and keeping health kind of on the agenda at all, because more and more we have already seen, and we will see more and more money and resources going towards national security, arms, that kind of some protection, and also, I guess, geopolitical aggression, and keeping people healthy and thinking about the futures of that is, I think, more important than ever at this moment.